All right, welcome back, people. So the current situation is, I think the ACC unit is working. It's that proprietary PCI card that isn't. So I think it's just not going to go back in here because I don't want to have to try to track down one of those cards. And we're going to go LinuxCNC. So ACC's out. Front end PC just needs to be updated to LinuxCNC install. And then a Mesa is going to mount in here with all of its breakout boards and whatnot. So what I've done is all of the stock plugs that come with the EMCO, I've mapped out. I've actually tracked down all of the pins. I've gone into all of the wiring diagrams, and I've made a little spreadsheet of all the active pins and what I believe each one of them goes to according to the wiring diagrams that I had to translate from German to English via Google Translate. What I do know, right, we've got the Ethernet that talks to the PC. We've got the spindle. We've got the encoders. We've got the servo motors for the axes. We've got... Let me see, this little one is a 5-volt enable pin that goes up to that little motherboard. The other small one is a 24-volt and ground. And then all the rest of these are everything else. So here's my plan at this point. I'm going to take my lovely spreadsheet that I've got made up here. I have to order a few more of these PCB style plug-in connectors. But here's what we've got. I've got 2 breakout boards for the spindle and the encoder. Great, I'm going to leave those as is. They'll plug directly in, and they'll jump to the Mesa board, whether it's this one or a different one that I switched to. Great, that should be able to control the spindle and the encoders, no problems. Representation here, this pink is going to be a PCB to some degree. It's going to be a dumb PCB, just a pass-through. It's going to accept all of the stock connectors, these orange wide molar connectors that are already wired into the machine over there. Insert here, same with the 5-volt enable pin and the 24-volt one, and it's literally just going to pass it through to these screw terminals here that I can then jump to the Mesa board or wherever I need to. Or actually, a lot of these, or some of these, are going to be jumping to each other for like the 24-volt and stuff like that. So once I have custom backer plate made up, the 2 DB15 connectors can probably mount up here at the top. I think the Mesa will probably mount down here on the bottom, so it'll hit the Ethernet. Then the Mesa will talk to the PC on the front end, which I gotta boot into Linux and get that installed and all that. And then probably this whole left side will be the custom PCB breakout board that'll take all of these connectors, jump to the Mesa board, right? Then we'll have machine talking to Mesa board. Once all of that's wired and connected, then it's a matter of me configuring LinuxCNC and the Mesa, get those two talking. So that's where we're at. It's going to take me a minute because I got to figure out PCB design, because I like how these are. They're not, I can't unscrew these. I could probably pop these out, but I like these connectors. Somebody took the time. They're all labeled and everything. I'm going to keep these connectors as is, keep this machine as stock as I can get it. Because if somebody wants to take what I've done out, that's a very easy process to put a new ACC with a PCI riser card in, and they're back to a stock EMCO machine. So, yeah. Next video will probably be delayed another month probably, but I wanted to get this recorded just so people know where I'm at. Cool. Any thoughts? Let me know.